Well, we did have fun, right?
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you know what? I forgot that. You know, it's pretty bad when you forget. Hey, folks, welcome back to the Trailer Park Show, and it's pretty bad when you forget your own mic.
Yeah, I got excuse. I've only got
I'm
Alzheimer's.
just excited to be here because we have two wonderful people here with us.
Beautiful women.
We're missing a couple of people, but folks, welcome back to the Trailer Park Show.
Yay!
Brand new show, brand new day, and of course, with us we have James Slowpokey Ritter. We also have the lovely Miss Marilyn Jackson. We also have the lovely Adella Tanner.
Yes.
And then,
Yeah, Adella Tanner's not been here before, right?
This is Adella's first visit.
I'm a
to the show.
newbie. I'm a newbie.
Oh,
Welcome
go
here. Welcome to the
Adella.
show.
Thank you.
We're missing a couple of people. We're missing Michael Cargill. He's probably taking care of some stuff with the open carry fight. And
Yeah,
of course, Gavino's out. He's probably taking care of his immigration stuff like always.
Simple. He might have lost his green card or something. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry?
Might have lost his green card.
There you go. That's kind of the running joke about Gavino. Anytime he's not here, it's because it's an immigration issue.
I see.
So it works out pretty well. Well, we've had, my goodness, what a week.
It was a busy week.
You know, like last week we didn't have a show.
They
Did
even
we
made
have a
me
show last
work.
week? Did we have a show last week?
It was holiday.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't have a show last
It
week.
was
MLK.
MLK birthday.
And then we had a week to recuperate it and to prepare for the East Austin Parent Education Empowerment Summit, which is held by LULAC and El Concilio. And you can call it either one. It's El Concilio, a neighborhood association of Mexican people or whatever it's called, or El Concilio de East Austin.
With the token white boy.
Ah, there
With
he
the double white
is.
boys. And we got Gavino
There he
here.
is. Come on
You
in.
got your card, Gavino.
He's got his card. He's legal today. He's set.
Oh, he's today.
Yeah, he's legal. So
She's glad you didn't bring the dog.
So glad he didn't bring the dog.
Let me learn. That's the School Choice Week. Where can we put this
But
on?
he's going to always bring something to show.
Exactly.
So I think we'll call him Mr. Show and Tell. Yes.
Yeah, you got a whole bunch
An
of them.
effective education for all.
So as we mentioned before, we had the Education Empowerment Summit, where we have
Which was the lead event
got
of
one for
National
you too,
School
my
Choice
dear.
Week.
exactly. It was one of the shows that
Nobody
met
Kickoff.
one of the kickoff events, and it was the main kickoff.
You
here in
got one for
Texas.
everybody. Well, you're so
It was
nice.
one of the main kickoff events for Texas to celebrate. Oh,
Well,
really?
they're all four, aren't
Oh,
they?
man.
They're all different.
Yeah. So we're gonna try a couple things here. Apparently, I don't talk loud enough. Go figure. How's that possible? That's what I want to know. How's that? I thought I talked.
I
with
think
a-
you
with
just
a
wasn't
loud
talking in
person.
the mic.
That's
All right,
possible.
put your signs
How's
down.
that?
That's
Okay.
possible.
Everybody
Gavino,
skip,
you going
I
to put him
guess.
on the front or the back or?
There's a rally. There's a rally this Friday. You don't have tape, right?
No, we ain't got no tape. We'll just...
Y'all gonna have to move in there because here comes our.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
No, you
We
can
can
We're
do
a
that.
little bit here today, but it's
The
all
more the
good.
merrier.
well, hold it.
well, Gavino.
We got pictures that'll
we
show
don't
it
have no
off.
tape. So, but you're in the front of the
We got
TV,
pictures to
Gavino.
show up. That'll show it off.
So we'll hold on. Here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do, Gavino. We'll go ahead and.
We're gonna stick you over there, Gavino.
Yeah. We need a mic.
Pull that other chair.
We need a mic.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Let's try this one here.
I'm going to leave out
No,
the
sit
card.
down there.
So should we try
You
this?
gotta
mic
sit
at
down
all,
there.
Miss
On there.
Down
Okay.
there and down there.
Pokey? Hey, Miss
Y'all
Pokey.
scoot back down this
Okay, he
way.
got a mic.
Miss Pokey, should we try this one
Oh.
also, just in case, or?
Just show you square that one.
Well, we're doing some house cleaning, guys. We're just arranging and sit. There's Miss Chris. Hey, she's
Pouring
got
out
her
that
pink
new
hair. It looks red right now, but it's pink. It's hot pink, baby. It's hot pink.
And you know, Miss.
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh,
You know,
yes.
Miss Pokey's just. And you know, Mr. Pokey's in love with the hair.
Yes,
It is mine.
it's hers.
With a bow. See, there's a big old bow on this side, so that makes it look kind of funny, but
I see.
gotta have the
If,
bows.
Well, I think tonight is show and tell night.
if we post this, we come
Oh,
out
they'll
on
go
the
like
national,
this.
right?
Maybe next year,
Exactly.
guys. Maybe
Yes,
next
Oh,
We're
well,
gonna
well,
do
she
both.
got the
Maybe
tat.
next year,
Check her
guys.
tat out. Check it out.
Don't encourage her, please.
Well, I mean, she was showing it, so
Cargill
I.
was here.
He is. He's coming
He
in.
is,
He's
yes.
fixing
Hey,
some-
Mike.
Grab that.
And here's the
Pardon me.
sun, man.
And of course,
Because
we're
we're
proud. We're proud that the
Yeah, we're
East
proud
Austin
of-
Parent Education Empowerment Summit was the kickoff or one of the kickoff events for National School Choice Week.
Doesn't do yellow well, does
No,
it?
we were the kickoff
Oh,
event.
we were the kick. Oh, that's even better. So we were the main medal flagones when it came to the
You
start
can't
off.
see
which
it,
is
but it
great
says
stuff.
choice right here.
yeah.
This yellow word here says
And
choice.
so, let me go ahead and pass this over here. And we were very proud and very honored to be a part of that kickoff event. We had some great people at the program. great people, great parents that showed up. We had some kids that were so excited about what was going on and were very intrigued that they actually participated in some of the workshops that we had. Hey, Cardinal, how are you, sir?
Hi, good to see you. Hey.
And so we were very honored to have them there.
Yeah, we're gonna have lots of
We
pictures
have,
too.
we have some great pictures that we took of the event that we'll be showing throughout the show. We also have a video or two of some of the people that talked. I think we had James Dickey, which is the chairman of the.
I think JD's the only one that I saved for video.
Okay, of the Travis County Republican Party, which we have a whole bunch of side stories that we can talk about now.
Oh wow.
Oh my goodness!
Hey, Michael.
It was good.
You so
You came in for the juicy part.
Give it all for the juicy gossip right
was
now.
it that
It's like,
No?
well, wait till I tell you all the
tell me
stuff
what's
that's
going
going
on.
on right now.
Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness!
Well,
You know when I get into the soul part. You know.
Get over here, get on in.
What happened here?
Well, you got a little stuck there.
Well, you got all your signs.
Two
The
recommendations out of the summit from the parents was, one, we want to do it again. So we're planning as we speak for next year's parents education summit. Two, they want us to include the middle school,
Hey, wait, we got
middle
class over
school,
there.
the middle school and high school students
Wow.
to join them at the summit. That way their children, obviously the ones that are going to be affected, will also learn of the processes
And
and
why
some
it's
of the
happening.
issues.
That's a good idea.
So, we're starting to start planning and start bringing in more partners this time around.
Yeah.
And, but it was a real successful event. The parents were real thrilled. They didn't want to stop the work sessions. We basically did a 30-minute, flash of news and information.
Okay, that's it.
It was quite a bit of information.
Oh yeah, definitely. But it was good information that everybody was happy.
That's what I heard was there were maybe have fewer classes for longer or something. The ones I heard, they said they when they really started getting interesting,
It was time to go.
It was time to go, especially on SB 5,
Yeah,
House Bill 5,
yeah.
and what was the other one they said that they wanted more of it?
What's House Bill 5?
And see, that's
education-
the good thing of it is that they,
They're hungry for more
thirsty
information.
for information.
Yeah.
And
We had some great, what do you call them?
We had some great
Facilitators?
we had some great presenters there.
Some facilitators on each of these individual classes was really good. I heard a lot of, everybody loved them.
It's awesome.
The ones that were explaining these different
and
things.
it was a showboat for the Republican Party, which is what you
It's
wanted.
not our
and-
fault. Yes,
and
that was,
wanted
maybe
to
I,
boost,
Let's
and
go
you
ahead
wanted to-
and set the record straight now.
Yeah,
Let's go ahead and set
all
the
right,
record straight.
all right.
yeah,
This
both of us.
This was the goal was to have a non-partisan because it's not about politics.
Right.
We invited the
It's about
Democrats.
it's about the children, and the more information that the parents have for the well-being of their kids, especially in the, if you want to call it poor communities or in communities where, you may not have as many people that are well educated or have schools that are doing so well. You want to give them as much information as possible so the parents can make a conscious decision.
Exactly.
And we reached out across the aisle. Pokey and I even went out.
We even went to the state capitol
We went to the
on
state
September
capitol.
16th,
El Día del
which is the
Grito.
big Mexican Independence Day.
I have pictures.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yes.
pictured
Yes,
with
yes.
Rodriguez, Representative Rodriguez, and he's also very interesting.
And then they backed away at the last minute. We asked them. in fact.
That's because election's over.
Well, no. Well, that's you're right. Absolutely
that may
right.
be a-
It was actually it was pre-election.
Right.
Yeah, well,
And then we had asked them. We said, look, I went in as a concerned parent who doesn't even live in the area, and I said, look, I go politics
Yeah, he
aside.
was
I
right,
go,
yeah.
I go, I live in Maine. I have a daughter, and I'm here because I believe this is the right thing to do for the kids in East Austin. And we had Daisy, and I'll mention her name, little Miss Daisy, little thing about this high.
a little
She's
higher
like,
now, but
well,
anyway.
yeah, you get the gist. She's like, oh great, this is great information. Send it to us. We sent it to her twice. Opie
How
sent
many
it to her
times?
3 times.
All right,
afterwards.
she feed everybody in on it. Logged it in twice.
And they refused. They refused to participate. I don't know if it's because of politics.
Senator Watson, same
Senator
thing.
Watson was invited several times. We invited as many people as we could to let them know that this was something that we needed to do for the kids because of the community.
And we
and,
did invite AISD as well several times.
So did you get any? Which is going to be a good question to ask because
Well,
you had, there was you did some interviews.
Yeah. Again, the whole focus and attention was about the parents.
Mhm.
Whether those entities or organizations wanted to be part of it or chose not to be part of it, it's kind of like irrelevant because the whole focus was the parents. The parents that went out there, they went and got information that we had, you know, the work sessions or groups that were there, and to me, that's why it was a success. It would have been great to have had your elected officials show up, you know, to show support to to his own personal to his constituents, but you know that's just one out of it's not a big issue in my opinion because it's just something that it does have to be put on record though that
Yeah, it's not a big,
that
yeah.
they
No, for me
chose
it
not
is.
to participate, you know, because of whatever reasons they chose not to. The Mayor Adler was another one.
Yeah.
Mayor Adler's another one that was out there speaking on the campaign trail. You know, it's easy to speak the talk, but very few
To
want
talk
to
the
do the
talk.
walk. You
Yeah,
know,
stand and walk the walk. Where were they?
you know. So,
My people showed up.
but again, you know,
Well, pardon.
that's nothing that I think you know we should lose sleep over. You know, because it's
No?
nothing new. It's very common with elected officials if you're not in that circle.
All the
You're-
people seem to like it.
Here's the problem that I have, and this is why it upsets me. Okay, because I've been on that side of the party, and I've been on that side of the party, and when I was younger, I remember being told, if you need any help, that party will be there for you. The Democrats will be there for you. They will be able to help you out. Okay, and this isn't me asking for help. It's the kids of the families of the parents who voted these individuals in that said, hey, you know, we want you to help them out and give them information, and they refused, or yet they decided not to, or they felt that it was going to hurt their business. Because you're going to be talking about school choice, or talking about, or have other people that may be potential competition. But as one of the representatives, the superintendent for East Austin College Prep said, "Look, this is healthy for everybody because it makes every school better, and it allows them to say, okay, what are we doing wrong? What are we doing right? How do we improve on what's doing right? And then let's go ahead and move forward from there. And let's go and for EISD, it would have been a perfect place. It would have been perfect for them to say, look, we know you didn't, you know, we know you're over here at this charter school. We know you're over here at this private school. We know you're over here from this other place. But you know what? If you come over here again, you might like what's happening now because here's the great stuff that's happening. Because that was one of the ideas of navigating through the school system, where if they had problems, they can say, look, we'll help you. We'll be able to say, look, this is what you have to do. Here's all the paperwork you need to do, and highlight all the great stuff that AISD is doing. And they had every opportunity to go ahead and do that because we were going to say, okay, great, go for it. But no, they chose to go ahead and play, oh no, we don't like school choice. Oh no, we don't, you know, we don't like talking about this. So it's like, well,
I think they
you
played
have
politics
alternatives
here.
for these kids.
They
You
played
have-
politics.
Exactly, you have alternatives for these kids to go through
Some of the
because,
pictures.
That's Wells Fargo.
exactly, we have
Yeah,
a couple here, the
that's,
sponsors here, that attended.
That's that your people, Libre or Library or whatever.
Libra probably have
Well, we're gonna probably do some
do
pretty
you
cool
know
stuff.
about that, man? What were they? I
It's an
never figured that
advocacy
out.
group. It's an advocacy group for charter schools, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
And
Big-
for
big-
like-
big-
they're
big-
nationally or
Oh, there I am sitting in the back there by the door. I was talking there.
Fully
They
liberated, huh?
And these
Yes,
are
well.
some of the teachers that were getting ready to accept registration from parents.
Great teachers there.
Go ahead.
It's just one of those things where we're just like, come on, just go ahead and work with us here a little bit, and you'll be able, and you may be able to attract some of those people that are at a charter school to come back.
Well, if you recall, we had those two AISD principals on this show, and they said they are going to compete.
Yeah,
They weren't there.
early not.
But
We're gonna do it again, huh?
we're working next, you know, as we plan ahead. Again, the outreach is to the parents, and we can outreach the parents to the neighborhoods through our neighbors. We don't need to go through AISD. We don't need to go through Dale Valley. We don't need to go through. The parents are our neighbors. They're in our community. They're our cousins. They're our relatives.
And it's their children.
And this, you know, and hey,
It's their
you
children.
know, you need to make yourself available. Save the date from as of right now, and then we try to bring those people that they cater to, AISD, Del Valley, UT Elementary, KIPP, CAN, to the summit to be able to address some of the issues concerns
happened,
that
Ma?
parents have.
But you're right, she's working on it.
But you know, the students, we had a group of students from UT. I can't pronounce the fraternity's name, but
The Longhorn Lulaks?
Alpha something.
I got told that they did really great. So people that were working with them and talking to them
And
were
we
very
had
respectful.
the UT Longhorn
There's Kip.
LULAC Council as well. It was a very, very exciting day.
I thought so too.
You know, we had a lot of interaction and engagement from different sectors of the community, the young, the
Can Academy.
Khan Academy was also there, and
It was great. There was a lot of students there getting credit for, I don't know what they
Volunteering. They were
was.
volunteering.
A volunteer?
And so they were able to use those credits for, or to show that they were participating
Their
in
civic
it.
There's
community.
Mr. Hernandez there from,
Yeah. So we had some of the members here that were at some of the parents. This was over at the introduction where we have Marcos de Leon, the former Travis County Commissioner.
Commissioner. All right.
So talking to some of the parents there, and closer to where I was taking those pictures was Dr. Sanchez and Dr. Cavazos.
There he is.
So
Dr. Sanchez there,
That's
huh?
Dr. Sanchez addressing the parents,
It's a good idea to bring the kids next year.
which means we got to raise more funds and work harder.
which means
God,
all those
Lord.
individuals that refused to come out here this year, you know, hey, the door's still open. We'll be happy to take you guys in. You know, let's go ahead and work together. I have no problem with us working together on this whole thing, and I'm sure that everybody in the group is more than happy to go ahead and work
There's
with the
Lord.
people because it's for the kids.
This is
So
one.
Well,
that-
but-
come on board.
yeah,
Well, if
this
they
is
can't
how-
make it, they can send their contribution.
Well, that too.
They can contribute to it. So if you can't make it and you can't send anyone in your stead, then send a check.
Yeah.
You know it's for a good deed,
Yeah, exactly.
you know?
Exactly. And we have Dr. Cavazos there. He was doing an interview with.
KITV, we
KITV.
haven't, we might can play it, it's pretty short.
Why don't you say to the people who he is?
He's the superintendent for East Austin College Prep.
Okay.
It's also the school that he oversees, where we were hosting we were having the event at. So really great
Some
stuff.
of the activity.
There was some really great stuff. So anything? Did you guys hear anything else about the event? Adela, you were there.
I was. I
She's over
was.
here sitting quiet. She's like, I'm waiting to talk.
Well, no. This is my first time, and I'm like, do I just jump in? Do I interrupt someone?
All the time.
But,
You can
go ahead.
always interrupt me. That's no problem.
Well, I'm glad that you pointed out that the door's still open because James and I have actually talked about kind of. This is not, like you said, this is not a partisan issue. This is something, and unfortunately, I do wish that we would have had a lot more support from any party, because I think that this is one of those things, literacy specifically, I'm helping with the Barbara Bush Literacy Foundation, and I think that something like that is tackling adult illiteracy as well as children's literacy. I came here hoping to find an outlet to donate the dictionaries that we're going to be
Could you hold on just a
having.
minute? That's Gerald Dougherty and Sandra, was that her name, from Senator Cornyn's office?
Yes.
Sandy Edwards.
Sandy Edwards and James Dickey, Chairman, Travis County Republican Party, and Marcus De Leon. Go ahead.
What was I saying?
So
Uh-oh.
you came with the hopes of finding.
Yes, I came hoping to find schools that I could donate. We're going to be doing for 2 consecutive years. We're going to donate dictionaries to a school, and I ideally would love to find a school that is in need of these dictionaries. And from what I've gathered from the Austin City Council races in Mr. Cargill's District 1, I mean, there is a lot of need for school resources, and it's a matter of finding. I just happen to be in a position where I know the people that are trying to give, and I know the people that need resources. So I'm sort of trying to be a liaison of sorts, because if this is going to be a political issue, there has to be people like James and like Gabriel and like Marilyn and everybody on this panel that can look past the partisan lines. You know, we're not going to get knocked down from something like this. This is one of those things that has to keep moving forward. We don't have to call it progressive. We don't have to call it anything. No political jargon, and we need to keep clear of stuff like this. AISD
Exactly.
not coming. I was at the AISD Board of Trustees inauguration. I genuinely believe that there are people with good ideas, and when it comes to education, we're going to argue, just like any other political or quasi pseudo political issue, whether it's, there's no point for me to go into this string that could cause some sort of hot button issue when we're talking about education. But the point being is that I'm glad that, although this was a nonpartisan event, I am glad that James Dickey, our party chairman, came out and he openly offered the party's help. And we didn't have the Statesman, we didn't have the Chronicle, we didn't have anyone that's totally pro-AISD. And like I said, with AISD, there are great things happening with AISD. There's nothing bad to say about AISD. I think that there's great people. I think that there's equally great people like Gavino and Gabriel and James trying to create these other options for these other avenues. Do you understand what I'm saying? To go down, because I do not have a son that fits into the square peg of typical educational systems. My son is the type that would benefit from the smaller classes that, you know, the Austin Can Academy was kind of pointing out. What do the students that are already teenage parents at 15, 16 years old that do not fit into an 8-hour school schedule? What do you do with them? Because they're not bad kids. They may need to be put back on the right path. It's as simple as someone saying, hey, here's an outlet, here's some resources, and to kind of be a mentor of sorts. And I think from the kids that I gathered at here, a lot of them, and for the parents for the first time, saw, oh my gosh, I do have other options. What is a charter school? What is a private school? What are vouchers? What is HB5? What is all this stuff? And a lot of it I realized was a language barrier. So I'm really glad that we had interpreters to kind of break past that, because I think that a lot of it is, as Gabriel mentioned, we believed that the Democratic Party would be there. And for me, it has nothing to do with parties. It has everything to do with using politics to give back to the people, which is exactly what it's supposed to do. Any elected official, that is what they are supposed to do. Listen to the concerns of the community, whether it's a D, an R, an L, an I, whatever. When it comes to something like this, it should not matter.
You ready? You're next.
Yes. So
Let's hear
true.
your ideas about it.
Thank you
Oh, no,
for
you don't
sharing
give me
that
riled up.
information.
Marilyn?
Oh, I'm waiting on Michael.
Oh, no, you're good. You didn't get me riled up. I'm good.
No,
Well,
I think
that's Helen
it's
Bedget there
true.
teaching her class. Actually, part of what you're talking about there is a lot of parents just simply didn't know what to do.
Yes.
They think you go to the neighborhood school and that's it.
Yes, and there was an element of the light bulb going off for a lot of these parents. Like, wow, I had
Oh, look,
no
there's Rick
idea.
Luna.
And my son goes to LTISD, and it's a great school system, but I really honestly had no idea of these other options for students that slip through the cracks, or for students that benefit from extra time in the classroom, or for a smaller student to teacher ratio. I'm like, wow, this is so amazing that this is going on the east side of Austin, and our Travis County Republican Party chairman is in the throes of this. He's not sitting on high making decisions and delegating them out to the rest of the party. James Dickey was there. Gerald Daughtry, Senator Cornyn's office. Like Gabriel mentioned, where was everybody else at? Where's everybody at that's their mantra is a better education for our children? Better doesn't
You
necessarily
heard that a lot in
mean-
the campaigns, didn't you?
Yes, it doesn't necessarily mean AISD or charter schools. It means exactly what it means. What's the best choice for children? And those choices are made by the first teacher, who is the parent in my eyes.
Serve food
Exactly.
there. That was good food too.
And we have to think, if the parent is the first teacher and those parents have a third grade education, what do we do then? How do we give resources to the children that are now the teachers for their parents? We have to look at that. That's an aspect that we have to take into consideration.
That is true.
Go ahead, Marilyn. I think you can get a break now.
No. I'm listening, and it's all well. It's all well. It's very
Marcelo?
true.
There. He was busy. There you are. There we are. Hey. Tell you she's full of energy.
Oh yeah, that's what everybody typically says.
Well, where you been?
Me? Oh, my
Yes,
goodness.
you.
I'm here.
We'll talk about his radio show before we go off. Now it's 4 to 5:30.
Well, not only that, I know there's some legislation.
There's we all know who
that,
that is. Marcelo right in the middle. There's James Dickey.
Yeah.
I've been busy helping some of your people out,
Uh-oh. What did
getting
they
their
do?
concealed handgun license.
Oh, all right.
From LULAC?
Yeah, teach them some different, giving the classes in Spanish too,
Very
mixing
cool.
it up.
You spoke it?
No. You don't want me to talk
It
in
is good to
Spanish.
offer.
Well, them last pictures, they were good ones.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can plug James Dickey in whenever you want to.
Well, I know they're bringing up the bill again to have to carry guns at the campus. I saw that. in the
Campus
news.
carry?
Yeah.
Oh, you saw that
today.
on the news?
In the news today.
Explain what that would be, Michael.
we're
What
trying to
would
keep
that be
that
like?
quiet.
Okay.
Surprise!
Well, why don't you
Oh, they talking
explain the open carry to us?
Well, the open carry, there's two different ways that you can do your open carry. There's constitutional carry, and then there's open carry with a handgun license. Constitutional carry, what that is so that you can carry your handgun, long gun openly or concealed, and you don't need a license for it. That's constitutional carry. Then there's open carry with a handgun license, where in order for you to open carry your handgun, you have to have a handgun license. So.
So what would be the difference between the open carry handgun license, I guess a handgun license, and a concealed handgun license?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, what would happen is
Wouldn't be no difference, would there?
right, the concealed handgun license. What they would do is they would actually strike out concealed, and then take that part out, and it would just be a handgun license,
Carry
meaning that
concealed or open.
you can openly carry or concealed carry your handgun, with a
Okay.
license.
Why would
And that's
people
how-
want to carry it in the open?
Some people feel that say they're going from point A to point B, maybe inside to outside, and they don't necessarily want to get that jacket or something and cover it up. They want to make that quick trip to the vehicle and back without worrying about, oh man, is someone going to see it? Being able to just leave it like it is.
They get charged with brandishing, is that what it is? If they,
Right, or not concealing your firearm. So some people like that. Some people feel that they should be able to open carry their handguns or long guns or whatever, on their property, and walk down the street, go about their day or whatever. Me personally, I like concealing my handgun. I like keeping it concealed. I don't want anyone to know how many guns I have on me.
Well, you know you have that gold one with that.
That's right.
Is that the Bond
I have two with diamonds. on
007? Bond 007?
it. Two with diamonds
So
on. it.
now,
I don't.
Wow.
I just don't believe we have to register to carry a gun with the government.
No, we do not have to do
That's
that here
a
in the state of Texas.
constitutional right.
Right. You do
And
not have
that's
to
the one
register.
I write on.
yeah, like who they think this is, Mexico or something?
Right.
No,
No, we-
no, this is the
do everything
United
with the-
States. They're the one that's doing it.
Yeah.
In Mexico, you don't register; you just get one.
and
They better not get caught either,
You
huh?
just shoot anybody you want to, huh?
in Texas, you do not have to register your firearms at all. And that's the thing about the universal background check, is I got into this argument, this week about
Let me know when you're ready.
about felons. If you're a convicted felon, say you were convicted of a felony, say like 40 years ago, you did something wrong. Maybe it was
And it's hot check.
right. Let's say it's a hot check. Let's say it was a little,
$250.
let's say it's something about marijuana, a little, little weed or something like that. And it was 40 years ago. Well, you still, even today, cannot go into a gun store and purchase a firearm. You have to get it as a private sale or as a gift. Now, if they were to pass universal background check, that means that that person would not even be able to purchase that firearm, even as a private sale or as a gift.
So you're saying to me that if someone gave me a gift of a handgun, I could use it just in my home, in my car, or if I didn't have a license?
If you didn't have a license, you can carry a handgun at home, to and from your home, your vehicle, inside your vehicle. It's a premises under control, your place of business. You can have a handgun without a license on a watercraft. You can have a handgun without a license in a travel trailer, camper trailer, truck, camper, motorhome, and a horse trailer.
So I
living
can
quarters.
pack if I want to.
In all those places.
Okay.
Yep.
But you can't go to the store with it.
That's right. That's right. You can't walk, you can't go into a business or something like that unless you have a concealed handgun license. So.
Okay.
So are the laws in regards to, I guess, repercussions for, you had mentioned about the concealed handgun law. But
No
they're
guns
very-
while showing school stuff.
Okay.
Wait until we go back to school.
Okay, so.
Wait a minute.
So in regards to the handgun law, right now, there's these really strict rules that you have for being a concealed handgun, like to have the license.
To get the license.
Yes, I
Okay.
mean, like if you got drinking, And
Now,
you
if
you
you're-
have you have the repercussion of being able to have it taken away.
If you're a CHO holder,
Right.
and there's a difference between being a CHO holder and a non-CHO holder. So if you're a CHO holder and you have a handgun on you, and you get stopped by police, say you're driving, you get stopped by police, if that officer determines that you're intoxicated, then it's unlawfully carrying.
Right.
That's a Class A misdemeanor.
Well,
Okay? So a DWI, your first DWI is going to be what, a Class B.
Is that if you have your weapon on you? What if you just have your license but not your weapon?
If you don't have the gun on you, then it's .08. But if you have the gun on you in the vehicle, whatever, and that officer determines that you're
I think I left it
intoxicated,
home the other night, huh?
not .08, not .06, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, no limit, just determines that you're intoxicated, then it's unlawful carry.
So will that have
Oh,
the same? will you
Ma
have the same-
says, shut up.
Well-
Message was for you only, dumbass.
So,
Okay, Ma, I get the message.
So will they have the same repercussions?
Oh,
Now,
I
if
wasn't
you-
supposed to read that one.
Now, if you don't have a license and you have a handgun on you in your vehicle and the officer stops you, then it's .08.
Right.
There's a limit.
Right, but if you make the change, if you make the change to open carry,
Okay?
okay? Or where you get an open carry, you get they change the concealed handgun license, they take out the concealed portion out of there. Will they have the same standards?
Yes, they should. The standards should stay the same.
Dumbass.
Unless there's
Thank
another
you,
bill
Bob.
or the amendment gets added on to that, which removes the alcohol from it. Now, back to your concealed carry on campus.
Well, no,
thing.
the reason I mentioned the gun issue is because they also mentioned that they did not see a bill passing that would allow it for teachers to carry guns in the classroom.
Okay, they don't need a bill to allow teachers to carry in the classroom because there's already a law in the books right now. It's Penal Code Section 46.03. It's paragraph number 1, the very last sentence in that paragraph, and it says that teachers or anyone can get written permission of the institution to carry inside the building. So if they get written permission of that institution, then that means your teachers, your principal, and all those people will be able to carry inside the building.
Guess
All they
he's
have to
gonna
do,
get that written permission pretty soon.
and that's already been there.
get you one, huh?
So
That's right, you're a
always been there.
professor. You need to.
Darn right.
So,
Take myself
so
in this
any institution, any
Right.
school institution.
So if you say you work for a college university, then that college university can give you written permission to carry inside the building. They've always had that authority.
Wow.
Now, when you say the carry, you have to have the CHL, or no,
They can give you written permission to carry inside. Okay?
with or without the
Doesn't say anything about a CHL.
Get
He's
your
gonna
job.
get permission
They're
pretty
probably-
soon.
Well, and I guess it depends on what the school's rules are. So, I mean, if I were a school institution, I would want to know that you know how to,
Well,
number
I
one,
think it-
shoot a weapon.
Yeah.
You know,
And,
so,
that's always been like that. There's a school district in North Texas ever since 2007 called Harold ISD. Elementary school, middle school, high school, they've allowed the principal and teachers to carry inside the building ever since 2007. And that's an elementary school, middle school, high school in North Texas.
all
Well,
right.
we're going to have to
Well-
go back to school pretty
Well,
soon.
that's why I'm saying that. That's why I want to let people know, feel relaxed, that that's not going to happen during this legislative session. Your folks aren't going to go crazy about that anymore this session, and
You sure?
that's what they're saying.
And we
This
did,
is their projections.
and really there was no going crazy about it last time. What happened was you had two knuckleheads, two individuals, walked into the Capitol and got, took things a little too far.
Were they with
And,
y'all?
huh?
Were they with y'all or they weren't?
There were a lot of people. There were like over 100 people. So there was two knuckleheads, walked in, said something, did something, stuck their foot in the door. State rep couldn't close
Yeah,
his door.
yeah.
Right, got a little out of hand, and and took things way too far, which was
And
Oh,
they're,
that's-
and they're part of the more, I guess, I don't want to say more.
Extremist?
More extreme group, I guess, that did that, correct? I mean, you have like the regular guys, and then you have the guys that are like really gung-ho. And
Yeehaw!
it's my understanding that the regular guys weren't the ones that did that. It was the guys that were a little bit more.
And we just have to understand that there's certain ways to handle certain situations. Just because someone says something that you don't like, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be mean or nasty.
That's a fact.
Just because you didn't like what that state representative was saying, you have to respect the fact that you're standing in his office. His wife is there, his kids are there, his family members are there, and he's getting sworn in that day. So there's no reason to be nasty and disrespectful
Rude
like that.
or anything like that, yeah.
Exactly.
And then it really takes away from the message that people like you
Exactly.
that can articulate a message. And actually, Michael
Correct.
Cargill is really good
Yes,
at
he
expressing pragmatic ways to handle to have a handgun in your home. And actually Michael's also offered self-defense, which I hope to get together with some of my ladies and come to Michael, because Michael's one of those people that knows the legislation and actually can convey that to the masses in a very easy to understand way for someone like me, who I don't know handgun laws. And with regards to education, if this is going to be something that does come in the next few legislative sessions, and we do have teachers with handguns, I would want to sit down and I want someone like Michael Cargill explaining to me step by step, because I'm kind of one of the moms that's like in between, where I'm like, it still freaks me out a little bit about handguns because I'm a mom of 2 young boys. But I do understand the need for teachers or students that are of age to have a handgun, especially in these areas where the crime rate is skyrocketing. And so I would love for the Michael Cargills of the world that know weaponry so well and so safely to implement some sort of program to help integrate these new laws, and when it does come to teachers having handguns, because as parents, we trust our children to be basically the parents when we're not at home. They've got our children for 8 hours a day, and if they've got a handgun, they have the right to do so. But I for one would like to know the fine print and the breakdown of how does that work, and what's the emergency situation. In emergency situations, how are students going to be affected that are not armed? And I would love Michael Cargill, because I trust Michael, to come to implement something that, because Michael does a very good job of explaining things in ways that the everyday person can understand. He doesn't use legislative jargon, and he can spit it to you, but Michael's very good at picking up on who he's talking to, and he can pick up that obviously I don't own a handgun, but Gabriel does, and he can talk to both of us. Well, I'm saying if you do, but whether you do or don't, but Michael can convey the same message to the 2 of us and to Marilyn.
And a gun is not for everyone.
No,
Exactly.
it's not. It's absolutely not.
It's not.
I'm one that I can say I'm not comfortable with one.
Yeah.
My
Well,
husband, Nick, wants one, and we're going to have to come to some agreement. But that's a lot of people's situations where the mom or dad is not comfortable with it.
Because one of the things that we stress in class, is about children. Penal Code Section 46.13, which talks about, a child getting access to a firearm. Because the state of Texas is very strict when it comes to that. If a child gets access to a loaded gun, if there's no one's injured, no one's, that firearm's not discharged, you can get charged with a Class C. You get off a little easy. But if a child gets access to a loaded firearm, that gun is discharged, or someone's injured, you can get charged with a Class A misdemeanor. Okay, you didn't even necessarily have to be there, and that child got access to that loaded gun. If a kid gets access to a loaded gun, shoots himself, kills himself, shoots and kills another one of your kids, the state of Texas is nice. They will give you 7 days to go and bury your child before they come and arrest you and charge you with a Class A.
Now that makes it real. That makes it real for parents. It really does. It really does make it real.
Well, I kind of, hate to see where, like in my day, I feared the paddle. Can you imagine our kids fearing a gun now in the classroom?
Oh yeah.
But going back to school,
Friday.
Friday. No, Friday.
We have to do this
Friday,
real quick. We have to
okay.
do this
Friday.
for Cargill.
Oh, yeah.
I have to ask this one last question for Cargill.
Oh.
How did you get an hour and a half of programming on Come and Talk It?
Well, hold on. Don't answer that yet.
Okay.
Time.
Friday.
We want to close out the show with
Because I
that.
love it.
Okay. Friday.
Hold on. And happy birthday to you.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Happy birthday,
Come on.
dear Marilyn.
Happy birthday to you.
Marilyn Jackson. 29 still, right?
Yes.
29.
All right,
It was a
go
good
ahead, Paul.
Friday. 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we got that info on here too. I
At
think
the
it's
state
pulled up the
capitol.
computer.
Friday, this
School
Friday.
This
Choice
Friday.
Rally. This Friday, 10 o'clock.
You still there?
With Senator Campbell and George P. Bush addressing school choice.
And
Is it?
Rally.
we may stream part of that parade
Off your backpack thing?
off of Fred. Yes.
Fred.
So it seems like the weather's going to keep up. Last year it was cold,
Ooh, I don't know. It's
During
going to be
this-
kind of close.
so hopefully it won't.
Huh?
It's supposed to rain on Saturday and be 50
Hello?
degrees.
No, this is Friday.
This is Friday, so
This is
Coming up Friday.
yeah, it's going to
Yeah.
be close.
And Thursday they're having a reception School Choice Week.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there.
You're gonna
Are you
be
gonna
there?
I guess
I'm
Laura
gonna be
gotta
there.
be
No,
there.
no, no, no. You can't go. No, no, no.
I know you can't go. No,
No, you're.
Hey, after
Y'all
what-
go.
Hey,
after what happened to
you're,
Applebee's,
what do you call,
what happened to us at Applebee's?
Persona non
I
grata.
was gonna get
No,
kicked
no.
out of nowhere.
When you
What do you do?
you're grounded. You're grounded.
Y'all have to go
This
farther
is the
then.
first time I've been asked
I
to leave
ain't
out
gonna
of Applebee's.
say the name of the restaurant.
Slowpoke.
I ain't gonna say the name of the
I don't
restaurant.
have a problem. I was the one that was there that told me, hey, time to go.
We
Now,
celebrate,
you're
you
the
know.
one, the type that don't need a handgun. So guns ain't for everybody.
Well, I was gonna say, you know how you heard when you get older, things get smaller? I gotta carry a smaller and smaller, you know, because that thing gets heavy down there. Oh, hell with it, it'll leave it all.
So they thought. Well, they thought
You know, I used to carry a big gun.
Hey.
And I was in my truck, and then it got
Michael's
smaller.
face is like
and
redder
smaller,
than his
and
shirt.
So you went over the .8.
Probably.
Good thing I was driving. That's all I did.
Hey, Paul.
Oh, we're gonna keep you boys in line. I'll tell you the
We didn't
truth.
get too far out, but just a little.
You got kicked out.
I've
Is
been
that
kicked
true?
out of that place 4 or 5 times already.
But we'll leave that one as is. I just had to dig in a little bit to Pokemon now because I'm like, that's a first for me. In all honesty.
You're acting
Shit,
like a
you're
lovely
kidding me.
pokey.
Getting kicked out?
Getting kicked out of a restaurant, yes.
Oh
But yeah,
my
so we
God.
have, so
I've
we
been
have,
kicked
okay,
out
so
of
let's
half
go
the
back to the
places in
conversation
town.
at hand. No, I mean, so we have the parade that's going on.
I thought we were gonna have a piece of tape.
It's
here,
a
but-
rally.
It's
A
a
rally.
rally.
It's a school choice, a Texas State school choice rally. They're gonna have children come out from Houston, San Antonio, Dallas, El Paso, all over the state of Texas. Southwest Keys is sending 2 buses.
It's worth it.
Of
Bring your
children.
umbrella, but it's worth it.
And like I mentioned earlier, Senator Campbell will be addressing the crowd, and George P. Bush will be addressing the crowd. No wonder he wasn't at our summit. He was at the abortion rally
Yeah.
Saturday.
Why don't
Pro-life
you,
rally.
why don't
Pro-life
you
rally.
tell the people who Donna Campbell and George P. Bush, who he is, what
Go for
office
it.
he holds.
You-
No, you
yeah.
go ahead.
It's your fault.
Bush is the new land commissioner. He's very popular, and everybody thinks that he's being groomed and he's on his way up, whatever you want to call it.
He's gonna be our next
he's-
Texas governor.
He could easily become the next governor. He's in the Bush family. Oh, there we go. How about this one?
Wow, look at that.
What did I celebrate now? There's
There's Miss
Big Red.
Helen.
She's
Yes,
great.
ma'am.
Of course, Bush is half Hispanic. So
And
that
actually, George P. is also very involved with the Barbara Bush Literacy Foundation.
Barbara Bush Literacy
Plus,
Foundation,
he's
yeah.
into, homeschool.
That's
Well,
your.
maybe we'll get
That's
them
Bush's
involved
aunt,
next
I
year.
guess it is.
We'll get them
Yeah,
involved
somewhere
next
along
year.
those lines.
Yeah, maybe next year.
It's a booth. You need to go start doing your work now.
Holy
So you
cow.
said that there will be students there?
Yes,
I think
next-
that would be a great
next year.
time to go and have groups of students go and meet the legislators.
And
meet
Senator
senators,
Campbell is,
meet
of course, been
representatives.
very active in education. Last cycle, she tried to sponsor the taxpayer savings grant, which I really like. It's the idea that money will follow the students.
It's a voucher.
This voucher was a bad word with so many D's. They
But
kind of switched it around.
It doesn't take all the 100%. I don't know the breakdown, but remember they told us it was
Yeah.
like 70,
It
30.
got complicated,
or
you know, that goes way
80-20.
over my head, so. But it'll take money to follow the students. Yeah, it's a taxpayer savings grant, so you didn't have to pay taxes if you sent your student somewhere or something along these lines. But this is a good idea because, as some pointed out, you can't mix religion and education. So if you took this voucher, if you will, and you had a little money of your own, you could put your kid in a high-quality private school. Like one of these, especially in East Austin, all the Catholic churches used to have schools there, didn't they?
Yes.
And the
Dolores,
church was a
Santa
part of the
Julia.
community.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the morals of the community earlier, weren't we? And the church was always the big part. It's not there anymore.
Well, the government kicks the church out as much as it can, but the church needs to stand up too.
Well, you know the old joke about the guy says, "Oh Lord, what's happening to our schools?" The Lord says, "Don't ask me. They kicked me out years ago."
That's a good one.
But with Senator Campbell, you could do things like this. Because so many people can't put their kids in these good schools now because they just can't afford it. But with the
But the thing though is, you know, in the discussion between public, charter, and private schools and whatnot, the teachers, the whole issue. If AISD, for example, a public school, I'll just say a public school. I don't want to pick up on AISD because we have Round Rock, we have Del Valley,
Yeah.
you know, all around us, you know. But if they're, because some of the teachers, for example, one teacher told me, well, I used to work at Aikens High School. And then I went to work for IDEA. And now I'm an education lobbyist. I said, okay, well, educate me. You're in the ground level. What's the difference? Why are private, like an IDEA, more successful with the same child that AISD or the public school is not? And she said, well, what they do in the charter school is that they provide me a mentor, they provide me a coach as a teacher, they provide me all those type of resources. When it's AISD, you don't get all that.
One teacher to all those students.
You know, okay. Now, if that's the issue, then why doesn't public school just adopt it?
Is
You
there
know?
a money thing in all this? I mean, it's like
absolutely.
ideas not spending any more
No,
for
no,
students,
but
are
you know,
they?
anytime, you know, I'm pretty sure that mentor or that counselor's not free. You know?
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it's a different way on how they use their money.
Okay.
Instead of using it for some, they use. In other words, they provide support services to the teachers, which is very, very important in order to be, because
Very
the teachers are a big, big part
Yeah.
of the education of our children. I always say they're responsible for teaching our kids, but we are accountable that they get educated.
Yes.
You know, so
So if they just reallocate the resources better,
and like I said, you know, so as once we start identifying those reasons or procedures or rules or laws
I
that are
think we've
tying
identified a
our
lot of them
public
already.
schools from being
But if they don't bother to
free.
change,
For
because we know
example,
the teachers union is,
UT Elementary,
yeah,
you
they're
know,
good.
one of the most still successive academic institutions. Now the media does tend to pick on schools, charter schools that are failing, okay, and try to make a big issue out of it. But they don't go and focus on public schools as much that are failing as well.
What's
You
that?
know,
What's
so-
that big place that's getting ready to open up at Runberg in the old bowling alley? They're getting ready to open up something in the old bowling alley.
A
yeah,
school?
Runberg, some kind of school or something.
Probably some kind
Call
of
it another
harmony
charter school.
never
That's what it
know.
seems like
Right.
in the bowling alley.
So today, in today's day, the student now has become a customer for education because it's being delivered by different entities. It's a totally different shift.
Well, it's
You
gotta
know.
be good.
And it is good. That's what I'm saying. Today, in today's environment, there's a difference. You do have a choice. And a lot of our parents are exercising that without you and I telling them. You know, we saw many families at this weekend that are exercising choice for whatever reasons, you know. But you know, we also work with public schools. I mean, Met's is just down the street from where we're at. When we closed down the Holly Power Plant that Union One shut down, you know, we started using some of those funds
Tell you, we've been battling for a long time.
to help some of the programs at Met's Elementary School.
Ringtone.
You know, so you know, so the administration at the public schools just need to start working a lot more closely with teachers in order for them to be more effective in their teaching. You know, so but as long as you have this, you know, union versus union teachers
they
versus
make it political.
non-union, and you know, like I mentioned to the union guy from AI for here in Austin, because when you had that fight between IDEA and Allen, well, the ones that wanted to keep Allen public were all the teachers.
Yeah.
Handful of parents that were out there screaming and hollering and filled up the school board room and everything. Said, okay, I said, I'll join your fight. I said, now we want you to join us. What's that? I said, where's the anger? Where's the riots? Where's the rooms packed with your people because they closed Allen Elementary School? So what are you talking about? I said, yeah, remember when they were trying to, you know, IDEA was going to come in? You were out there, you had this whole room packed, that it was for the kids and education.
Yeah, they're raising a big
Now,
fuss and,
now it's being shut down, so where's the outcry? Oh, I know what you're talking about, and he just walked away.
Quit,
So
that's
it was
the way they do
always about the teachers. It was never about the kids.
Can we play that real quick? With JD? The film with JD?
Right there.
Okay, go, quick.
I'm gonna get you a frame picture.
We have Mr. James Dickey.
To all of the parents here today, I want to say God bless you and congratulations on taking a very important first step and showing by your actions how important your children's education is to you.
Quiero decir que Dios le bendiga a todos los padres por tener la oportunidad de venir aquí, porque Él sabe que ustedes tienen mucho cariño por sus niños.
No one will make a bigger impact on your children's education than you. You have a lot of choices right now. Take advantage of those. You have choices between charter schools and public schools. Inside the public schools, you have choices between the classes you'll take. You have choices on how hard you'll work in those classes. You have choices on whether you'll work with your counselor to figure out what college is best for you.
Dice nomás que ustedes tienen la oportunidad, los padres, de enseñar a sus hijos, y que ustedes tienen la oportunidad de decir a qué escuela quiere ir, a privada o pública. Ustedes ahorita tienen la oportunidad de poner a sus niños en este también. Esas oportunidades siguen en las clases, siguen también en los cursos que uno va a tomar por su futuro. Es muy importante que usted continúe a hacer esas oportunidades para ustedes, para tener el poder por sus hijos.
And so I just want to say today, God bless you for coming. And as you make those choices, we at the Travis County Republican Party will be here to help you if you have any questions and to work to make sure you have even more choices that are better for your children moving forward. God bless you.
Thank you. Y que Dios les bendiga a todos los padres y que el partido político de Travis County Republicano está aquí para ayudarles a todos ustedes y van a continuar de ayudarles como ustedes quieren la ayuda. Que Dios les bendiga.
Short and sweet, huh?
You know what's funny? I think we're gonna have to get Marcos some Spanish lessons there.
No,
They should have had the
I'm
Pino
like, oh my God, you
explain it.
gotta go. I'm like, okay, I know I'm bad.
no.
They trying to hold up this one.
We just
Did
love the
did I send her any info on the
No,
rally? I thought I emailed her some info about the rally.
no,
There's a rally Friday, 10 o'clock,
Well, we-
music.
and we will be
Speeches.
we'll be posting that on Travis County or the Travis
Okay.
the Trailer Park Show and El Concilio de East Austin, Facebook pages, so you have all that information as to where you can get that, where you can go to the event. We're hoping to stream that live. I'm just waiting for some final permission from several people that I work with.
On T-Span again, yeah?
No, I can just stream it anytime I want. I
Boy,
stream it to,
now you got Ted, Fred, what's
I
his
got
name?
Fred. He's my field representative in the electronic device. But as soon as I get permission to leave work and do all
And
that
it does audio and video.
yes. So as soon as I get that permission, then we're good to go.
And I'm hoping that at some point in time we talk again about, the open carry, because it's such an important subject to talk about.
I agree, and it is a big issue in the legislation this year. And with,
There are a couple things that are going to happen with that. One, you got to look at who's carrying the bill,
well, with 4 minutes left,
and you got to look at who's
Which,
carrying the
that's
bill,
scary.
and then you have to look at who that person vote for Speaker of the House. And then if that really
actually that's 5:30 now.
there's a lot that goes into play there.
Yeah,
Well,
he
you
got
know,
four to
when,
5:30.
after Patrick was sworn in, he got on his radical bandwagon, talking about God brought me here, and come and take it.
Did he really?
It's a new day.
Did he
Yes.
really? I didn't hear it.
Man.
God bless America.
He
That's all I
was
know.
going, boy.
Really?
I thought he was a Brown Beret or a Ku Klux Klan. I mean, he went. It's
So he
a
expressed
new day.
himself,
He
is
said,
that
"Come
what
and
you
I'm
said?
telling
He said,
you.
"Come and take it."
He said, right? He said,
Yeah,
come
he
and
got-
take it. I've got it right now.
That's right. We're on Sundays now from 4 to 5:30 p.m. We extended
you
the
go.
show an extra 30 minutes.
Because you just Because it's an awesome show.
Yeah, well, mainly because there are some gun manufacturers and gun businesses here, firearms dealers here that want an outlet. They want to someone to advertise for their businesses, and what a perfect show than a gun talk show.
Wow.
We're in Austin. We brought some of these gun dealers from other states here to the area now.
Yeah,
and
Willie
they
Nelson
Awesome.
country.
and they want to they want people to know that they're here. So
Isn't that great?
yeah.
Thanks, Michael, for what you do.
I know.
Awesome.
We need some
Such a great
pictures, Michael.
connection, you know?
He's
I
like
used to
our
make
firearms
film.
guru.
I think he is. I think he is.
So well
We
versed
need
on
some
it all.
pictures.
Yeah.
Pictures.
If you're in the studio and
So next Sunday,
So we have
next
one on-
Sunday we're going to have Tracking Point. They have the long range rifle there, and then we also going to have musical targets where you can actually shoot your
there's,
target and make a song. So we'll
Oh,
have those
nice.
next.
There's some
So-
stuff
so
to
they
look
can
at.
do cups.
Barbara Bush Literacy Foundation. All right.
so they can do cups again.
Yes,
That's awesome. Or we can do they can play music while shooting guns.
actually play music. Yeah, actually play a song.
You think they can do the cups? We think we can do that. We can do our own rendition of cups.
Probably.
That's awesome.
I actually gave them a challenge to come up with something. That band. I asked them to come up with something with the musical targets.
Oh, nice.
They say they're going to work on it.
We want to thank every single person and body that had everything and anything to do with the Education Summit that we just held this
Education
past
is key.
weekend. I'm not going to mention names because I know we're going to forget someone. you
Yeah.
know. But there were many people that had a lot of, that threw in their ingredients and help and support and did see the issue that it was about education.
Some of
and
them doing a
children.
little extra when the time was really tight.
I don't know if I like sitting under the red and the blue.
I missed something here. What I missed?
Oh, you missed
But
it.
the betterment,
Surprising, huh?
a better community, a better educated community is a safer community, a more productive community, and we can do that. All we need to do is help each other, provide resources for each other, and our children, like I mentioned last week was it? They're creative, they're innovative, and they are very intelligent individuals. We just need to gear them the right direction and provide it the same support. Because living in different communities is not the same. Different communities have different resources that you don't have in poor communities.
Yeah, we saw that with 10-1.
And there's this big misconception that there is a big population of poor white folks as well. They always you always tend to concentrate on the African American, the Mexican, poor population, but there's also a large Anglo population that is poor. That's out there that's always has the same economic and unfortunate living conditions that many others in the community. So
Yeah, Dove Springs.
Dove Springs, your property's over there.
Yeah.
But
Well, folks,
So there-
real quick, next week, girls just want to have fun.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you again for being here, and we'll see you guys next week.
That's all. We got for 15:30. I didn't tell you about that one.
What?
Well,
15:30.
there's no,
Hey, man, you want me to go get us to Pet
what was
Alive?
I gonna say? There's no,
Okay.
I don't know his name.
majority,
Universal Public.
minority, excuse me.
Donate
There's
to
no
Pet Alive.
minority
Guy
when
with
it comes
beard
to
that
being
dressed up
poor.
in Santa Claus.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Gavino,
all right,
give it to
there
you.
you take my paraphernalia back.